Amanda, what in your first intro on the show today, what do you want to cover in today's episode?
So I think the main thing to know is what is really happening in real estate with all of this going on. Obviously, things change day to day. We really didn't see any impact whatsoever here on the local Arizona market until right after St. Patrick's Day. And I think kind of knowing where we've been in the market and the way in which this has impacted it is really important for people to know, because it hasn't been as drastic of an impact as I think people might think it is. One of the changes that we've seen since March 18th is an increase in new listings. Now, we've been down on the number of listings, the number of active homes that are for sale. That's average for our market.
Right.
We've been below average for 4, 5, 6 years. So this new increase in listings, which is the biggest chunk of it, is actually in that under $400,000 price range, which is that price point where we really needed some new inventory. Some people hypothesize that it's vacation rentals and Airbnbs, where they're seeing a lot of cancellations, people not traveling, and so they're like, okay, we're just going to go ahead and list this investment property for sale. And so that's a lot of that price range that we've been needing in the market.
On break, we started talking about all those iBuyers. And for those of you guys that are listening going, what the heck is an iBuyer? Amanda Sue, will you please do me the honor?
Absolutely. So iBuyers, also called cash offer companies, are large real estate brokerages that, rather than listing your home for sale on the market traditionally, will actually purchase your home for you or from you and then resell it on the open market. So we're talking about companies like Open Door, OfferPad, and the newest entrance, which is Zillow Offers.
In the last month, we have heard not only are they no longer purchasing properties, any of those entities, but they've actually canceled deals in escrow, which have left some of these people in distress, which we are speculating, at least on break, that that's probably what is attributed to the amount of new listings going on the market besides the VRBOs.
You know, a lot of the reasons that people went with these companies, in addition to what you said, Rebecca, about being in distress, a lot of it too was, you know, they just didn't want to deal with showings for whatever reason. They had multiple pets. They had elderly mother or father living with them that they didn't want to be disturbed. All sorts of reasons that they went with that. So in a situation like this with COVID-19, it'd be even more of an incentive, I think, to not have to deal with showings and have people in your home with the risk, and yet they pulled out completely. So the stock market, like everything else in our world right now, is very fluid, going up, going down on a daily basis. And the place where most of these iBuyers like Zillow and OfferPad and Open Door get their funding from to purchase all of these homes before they resell them, because obviously you need a lot of cash to do that, is from Wall Street, is from the stock market. And so I think that's a big reason why we're seeing them pull out. The only other segment of the market that the stock market tends to impact is our luxury market. So that's the other piece that we're seeing a little bit more cancellations of properties that were already under contract on the luxury side, because a lot of their wealth comes from stocks rather than from mortgages or cash reserves.
What is something that you're seeing today that just came into an existence to protect people?
Absolutely. We actually have an official attorney-reviewed addendum for COVID-19. And so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but, you know, it kind of starts out saying the current worldwide pandemic has impacted real estate transactions in many unique ways, including travel restrictions, self-imposed and government required quarantines, and closures of both governmental and private offices required to fund, close, and record. And so what this addendum does is essentially provides the mechanism to protect both buyer and seller. If, for example, something that hasn't happened, which is the closing of the recorder's office, hasn't happened, we don't see it happening, but if something like that were to happen, it provides the mechanism for both buyer and seller to either finalize that transaction or, without any recourse, exactly, extend that to when it's open again.